Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under baseball action between visiting Belmont and hosting Brookline. Should be a good one today. Brookline coming off a wild walk-off win yesterday against East Boston. They needed 9 innings to finish that game with a 2-1 victory, which ended on a walk-off bunt of all things. Of course, the hero of that one was Brage Golding. He laid down the bunt that on kind of a bunt and run play that allowed pinch runner Donnell O'Neill to come all the way around from first and score the game-winning run. So Brookline comes in now with a 6-1 record. They take on a Belmont team that also only has one loss but has not played as many games. They stand at 2-1 as of now. The way things have gone for Belmont so far this season, they opened with a 2-0 win over Waltham, then followed up with a 9-5 win over Muddy River before suffering their first loss of the season yesterday against Medford, 5-3. So both teams hoping to get in the win column today. Brookline hoping to stay in the win column. Belmont trying to get back into the win column. We're almost ready to get underway, so let's take a look at the starting lineups. First, for visiting Belmont. Leading off for Belmont will be the third baseman, number 22, Ryan Halloran. Batting second will be the catcher, number 16, Sean Noon. Batting third and starting on the mound today for Belmont will be number 4, Caden Femister. Batting cleanup and playing first base will be number 9, Henry Malanson. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 2, Damon Reyes. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 21, Seamus Jones. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 5, Theo Martin. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 19, Jerry Zhu. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 8, Clark Kenzinger. Batting ninth in extra hitter, number 3, Sean Benson. And then rounding out the batting order for Belmont, a second extra hitter, number 33, Kaz Ban. So that's the starting lineup for Belmont. Halloran at third base, Noon the catcher, Femister the pitcher, Malanson at first, Reyes the shortstop, Jones in center, Martin in right, Zhu at second, Kenzinger in left, and then the two extra hitters, Benson and Ban. And now the starting lineup for the home team, Brookline. Leading off for Brookline today will be the center fielder, number 0, Andrew Silverman. Batting second will be the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. Batting third, the left fielder, number 12, Daniel Villa. Batting cleanup and playing at shortstop, number 6, Jack Martell. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 9, Sam Polegreen. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 16, Jake Levin. Batting seventh, the extra hitter, number 15, Nathan Toretsky. Batting 8th, the catcher, number 17, Avery Melton. Batting 9th and starting on the mound. And I'm now back. Okay. So that's the starting lineup for Brookline. Silverman in center, Rothman at first, Villa in left, Martell the shortstop, Polegreen at third, Levin at second, Toretsky the extra hitter, Melton the catcher, O'Neill the pitcher, and Tracy in right. Warm-ups are done, and we're ready to get this underway. Leading off for Belmont here in the top of the first inning will be the third baseman, number 22. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm really hoping that that my connection isn't experiencing any problems. But anyway, Halloran flies out to left center, and this one is smacked out to right. Sean Noon has a single to right field. And so there will be a runner at first with one out for the pitcher, number 4, Caden Femister. The catcher, number 16, Sean Noon, stands at first after that single to right. O'Neill delivers. That one comes in high and outside for ball 1. O'Neill, the 1-0. Comes in outside again for ball 2. O'Neill checks on Noon at first and fires. Noon takes off. It's a hit and run. Almost caught by Polegreen, but not quite. That's going to go out to left for another hit. Polegreen had a chance on that liner, but instead it'll be another single. Runners now at first and second. Now up the first baseman, number 9, Henry Malanson. Femister leads off of first, Noon off of second, 1 out. Pitch from O'Neill almost gets him in the face, but he dodges it. That'll be ball 1. O'Neill steps off the rubber to check on the runners. And now he stares back in, delivers the pitch, comes in high. That'll be ball 2. Brief meeting at the mound between Avery Melton and Donnell O'Neill. O'Neill checks on Noon at second and delivers. That one comes in low for ball 3. He's had some trouble finding the zone. The last 2 batters, 5 of his 6 pitches have gone for balls. And that's a 4-pitch walk now to Malanson to load the bases. So a tough start on the mound for O'Neill, as now coming up with a prime chance to drive in a run is the shortstop, number 2, Damon Reyes. First pitch in there for strike 1. O'Neill sets and delivers. Just a bit outside. That'll be ball 1. 1-1 pitch. He swings, hits a slow chopper to third. Fielded, thrown for home. They get the force out at home. And that's a big second out. So Sean Noon thrown out at home. Bases are still loaded, but now 2 outs. As coming up is the center fielder, number 21, Seamus Jones. Okay, that's better. Now the pitch. That misses just outside. I believe that's 2 balls. That pitch comes in high. That'll be ball 3. 3-0 pitch. Skips in low. Oh, I guess that was a 2-1 count. My mistake. Dealing with some early technical difficulties. Hard to keep track of the pitch count. But if I'm not mistaken, the count should be 3-1 here to Jones. Pitch. He swings, sends it out to right center, and that's going to drop. This might go for extras. Another runner's coming around. That's 2 runs in, and the other runners hold, and that'll be a... Oh, they throw it back to third. They don't get him. That is a 2-run double for Seamus Jones. Belmont is on the board early, 2-0. Femister and Malanson score. And now at the plate, the right fielder, number 5, Theo Martin. And he chops the first one. It's a shallow hit, and that's going to be an infield hit, weirdly placed, and that brings in another run. So Reyes scores, and Belmont takes a 3-0 lead. Runners at the corners. Seamus Jones at third, Theo Martin at first, 2 outs, and now the second baseman, number 19, Jerry Zhu, at the plate. As you saw, that throw back to first did not catch Martin. First pitch to Zhu is going to be high and outside, ball 1. It's been a rough first inning here for Donnell O'Neill as Belmont immediately jumps out to a 3-0 lead. Pitch, runner takes off, and it's a grounder right back to O'Neill. He throws to first, and that ends the inning. But not before some significant damage done by Belmont. A 2-run double by Seamus Jones and a 1-run infield single by Theo Martin gives Belmont a 3-0 lead. All of those RBI hits coming with 2 outs in the inning. Now, Femister, after scoring in that top of the first on Jones's double, will take to the mound to face off against Brookline's leadoff hitters. That'll be Silverman, Rothman, and Villa. Brookline coming off a rather tough offensive outing yesterday against East Boston. They obviously only finished with 2 runs. They had 2 runners thrown out at home plate. They struggled to get a lot of hits, and ultimately they won it on a walk-off bunt by Brage Golding. Golding had a team-leading 2 hits, got that walk-off hit, and got the win on the mound in relief. But he's not here today for Brookline. And so some other hitters are going to have to step up. Brookline as a whole had just 5 hits through the entire team, and like I said, 2 of those came from a player who is not here today. So hitters are going to have to do better than they did yesterday, and it's going to start with the center fielder, number 0, Andrew Silverman. First pitch from Femister is low and inside for ball 1. Silverman yesterday went 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout, so he'll be hoping for a better outing today. The 1-0, he sends it high out to left. The left fielder is tracking it, and he's under it for the first out of the inning. Easily tracked out and left by Clark Kenzinger. And so with 1 down, up comes the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. Femister winds and delivers, and he sends this one up the middle. That's going to be a clean single to center for Eli Rothman. First pitch, first swing, and a single to center for Rothman. He was one of the few players with a hit yesterday as he went 1 for 4. And now another player who got a hit yesterday was Daniel Villa, the left fielder today, number 12. First pitch to him, and he hits a slow roller down the third baseline. It's going to be a close play at first. They're not going to get it in time, and the throw is going to go over the first baseman's head. Rothman's going to advance to third, and he's going to hold there while Villa advances down to second. So score that an infield single and advances to second on an E5, and Rothman to third on the error. So very quickly, Brookline getting some offense going as they now have runners on second and third with 1 out for their cleanup hitter, the shortstop, number 6, Jack Martell. First pitch comes in inside for ball 1. Martell yesterday went 0 for 4 with a strikeout and a stolen base. He'll be hoping to get a clean hit here, see if he can bring in his teammates. Big swing and a miss there, strike 1. Eli Rothman leading off third base. Villa at second. A hit to the outfield could potentially bring in 2. Pitch. That one catches the zone. That'll be strike 2 to Martel. The 1-2 pitch. Catches him with the changeup there. The off-speed pitch fools Martel, and he goes down swinging. 2 outs now, and coming to the plate will be the third baseman, number 9, Sam Polegreen. He sends the first pitch, a high bouncer, over to the second baseman. It's collected, thrown, and that'll be the third out. Well fielded on a weird hop by the second baseman, Jerry Zhu. And so Brookline threatens but does not score. They leave runners stranded at second and third. And they leave the first inning in a bit of a hole here. We are through 1 at Warren Field. The score, Belmont 3, Brookline 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live here at Warren Field. I'll be back with the second inning after a short mute break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, here to bring you live coverage of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under contest between visiting Belmont and hosting Brookline. That first pitch to Belmont's Clark Kenzinger is in there for strike one, and this one he hits a hard grounder over to short. It's fielded by Martell, thrown to first, and that'll be a 6-3 ground out to start the inning. The Brookline pitcher, Donnell O'Neill, certainly hoping for a better result today. This inning, I should say, after a tough first inning. This pitch comes in outside for ball one to the extra hitter, number 3, Sean Benson. The 1-0 comes in high. That'll be ball 2. Belmont currently leads Brookline 3-0. The 2-0 pitch to Benson misses outside again, ball 3. O'Neill had some struggles with placement in the first inning, and in this at-bat they seem to be following him. The 3-0 pitch comes in high, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Benson. Now coming to the plate will be another extra hitter, number 33, Kaz Ban. 1 out and a runner at first. O'Neill sets and delivers. That one skips in low for ball 1. Benson was thinking about taking off if that got past Avery Melton, but he collected it well. The 1-0, and he chops this one high. It's into shallow center, tracked by Levin, and that'll be out number 2. So the pop out to second makes it 2 outs with a runner on first as we cycle back to the top of the order with the third baseman, number 22, Ryan Halloran. Halloran flew out to center his last time up. And this time, the first pitch, he hits a grounder, fielded by Polegreen at third, thrown to first. That's a clean 5-3 ground out. And Brookline gets out of the top of the second with no harm. Belmont's lead remains at 3-0 as we get ready to go to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Levin, Toretsky, and Melton due up for Brookline, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. After the top of the order put a nice threat together, but ultimately could not score. So Caden Femister returning to the mound. His team still leading 3-0. Last inning, a pair of singles and a throwing error allowed Brookline to get runners on second and third with just 1 out, but then a strikeout and a ground out ended the inning with no score. Last of the warm-up throws are done. And now coming to the plate for Brookline will be the second baseman, number 16, Jake Levin. Levin was the starting pitcher for Brookline yesterday against East Boston. He pitched 3 shutout innings before being relieved, and so he only got 1 at bat. This one he hits a grounder over to short, fielded cleanly, thrown to first, and that'll be a 6-3 ground out to start things off. Well fielded by, it looks like they switched their middle infielders. They've now got Sean Benson at short and Kaz Ban at second base. Now batting the extra hitter, number 15, Nathan Toretsky. This first pitch skips in for ball 1. Toretsky was a pinch hitter late in the game yesterday, but he just went 0 for 1. This pitch comes in low for ball 2. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the second. Belmont leads Brookline 3-0. 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed. That'll make it 2-1. Next pitch curves in low. That'll make it 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. That skips in, and that's going to be ball 4. A free pass to first for Nathan Toretsky, and he sprints down to first in excitement. Or perhaps as a joke, hard to say. Either way, runner at first, 1 out. Now at the plate, the catcher, number 17, Avery Melton. First pitch to Melton comes in low for ball 1. They think about throwing down to first, but decide against it. Melton was 0 for 2 at the plate yesterday. Certainly looking for a hit here, as this one comes in low for ball 2. Femister starting to struggle finding the zone. This pitch, and Toretsky takes off. I think the pitch missed, but it's thrown down to second, and they say they didn't get him. They juggled it on the tag. Toretsky steals second, and now Brookline has a runner in scoring position. I couldn't quite see the umps. It looked like the ump didn't signal on the pitch, so I assume it missed for ball 3, in which case it's a 3-0 count to Melton, and one more ball would render the steal mute. And indeed, the next pitch comes in high, and it's a moot point. Another walk for Melton, this time for Melton. This one on 4 pitches, so 8 of the last 9 pitches have missed the zone for Femister. And now coming to the plate is the pitcher, Donnell O'Neill. He shows bunt, lays it down, fielded by the pitcher. They fake the throw to third, decide to go to first, and they just get him in time. So runners now at second and third, with 2 outs, and now coming to the plate, the right fielder, number 71, Declan Tracy. He swings and misses at the first pitch. That'll be strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count. Pitch. He swings and golfs this one foul down the right field side. So that'll be an 0-2 count to Tracy. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Pitch, swung on and missed, and that's the inning. Brookline strands runners at second and third for the second consecutive inning. And through 2 innings, Belmont leads 3-0. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I'll be back with the third inning of play after our short mute break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here to bring you the third inning of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under baseball contest between Brookline and Belmont. Through 2 innings, Belmont leads 3-0. And now they come to the plate here in the top of the third, hoping to add to that lead. The first pitch to Sean Noon is grounded down the first baseline and just a bit foul when it's caught by Rothman. He narrowly escaped a ground out there. His last time up, he singled to right on the first pitch and was later thrown out on a fielder's choice. This time he hits it out to right again, but this time it's caught by Declan Tracy. Little too much air under it that time, and so that will be the first out of the inning. Next up is the pitcher, number 4, Caden Femister. Pitch from O'Neill, and it hits him. Femister gets down to first for the second time today after he singled in his first at-bat. And now coming up will be the first baseman, number 9, Henry Malanson. And a throwback to first, and Femister has to dive back, but he gets back safely. Donnell O'Neill, the Brookline starting pitcher. He now delivers. That one comes in outside for ball 1. Malanson, his last time up, reached first on a 4-pitch walk and later, along with Femister, came in to score on the double by Seamus Jones. This pitch comes in low for ball 2. 6 pitches Malanson has faced, and all of them have been outside the strike zone. O'Neill sets and delivers. Runner takes off. That one's in there for strike 1. But a successful steal for Caden Femister. So now a runner at second with 1 out and a 2-1 count to Malanson. O'Neill steps off the rubber, sending Femister back to second. Just trying to keep the lead runner honest there. The 2-1 pitch. He gets contact, but sends it foul down the left field side. Two and two, now the count to Malanson. The pitch, that comes in low and away. That'll be ball 3. Femister leads off second. The payoff pitch in there for strike 3. Malanson thought he had another walk, but umpire said it caught the zone. So it'll be 2 outs now with a runner at second, and now coming to the plate is Damon Reyes. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Reyes, his last time up, grounded into a 5-2 fielder's choice where Sean Noon was thrown out at home. Now this pitch, he slices high, and it looks like it's going to go over the backstop for a foul ball. 1-1 now the count. Reyes would later come in to score on an infield single by Theo Martin. But right now he's facing a 1-1 count with 2 outs. This pitch comes in high for ball 2. Caden Femister leading off from second, 2 down here in the top of the third. Pitch misses outside, and that'll be ball 3. 3-1, the count to Reyes. The 3-1 pitch gets him to swing. He pops it up. It's being tracked by Rothman, and he's got it. That'll be out number 3. Belmont strands a runner at second In the top of the third inning, they remain on top 3-0. And it looks like we might have more defensive shuffling. It looks like Sean Benson is going out to right field. And it looks like we've now got Theo Martin at first base. And Reyes is back at shortstop. Jerry Zhu, the starting second baseman, is now out in center field. And I think Kenzinger is still in left. And I think they've now put Seamus Jones at third? Or no, is that... No, I think that's still Ryan Halloran. Oh yeah, it looks like we got some action in the bullpen, and that's why we've got some defensive shift-arounds. Brookline will be sending the top of the order back to face Femister here in the bottom of the third, so it'll be Silverman, Rothman, and Villa due up here in the bottom of the third inning as Brookline tries to get back in this game, trailing 3-0. The difference so far has been timely hitting. In the top of the first inning, Belmont got 2 RBI hits with 2 outs, driving in a collective 3 runs, while Brookline has stranded runners at second and third in each of the first 2 innings. First pitch now to Silverman. That comes in low for ball 1. Silverman, his last time up, he flew out to left field. He is 0 for 1 so far today. This pitch, he slaps a grounder. It's a weird hop past the third baseman, and Silverman is going to try for 2. He's going to slide to second and safe. The weird hop there, I feel like I cannot give an error to Halloran on that one, so that means a double down the left field line for Silverman. So now with a runner on second and nobody out, up comes the first baseman, number 10, Eli Rothman. First pitch, catches the low corner, strike 1. Rothman, his last time up, hit a single to center and would advance all the way to third base, but gets stranded there. The 0-1 comes in inside for ball 1. A hit here could potentially bring in Brookline's first run with Andrew Silverman standing at second base. Count is 1-1 to Rothman. Femister the pitch. Inside again, ball 2. Rothman has certainly been one of the more consistent hitters for Brookline. It feels like every game I've covered, he's gotten at least 1 hit. There might have been one where he went an 0-fer as he swings and misses at this one for strike 2. But overall, he fits like a glove in that number 2 spot in the order. He is a very consistent contact hitter. 2-2 the count. Femister the pitch, and he hits a grounder over towards second. It's fielded by Casban, thrown to first, and that'll be a 4-3 ground out, but it does advance Silverman to third. Now up with 1 out and a runner at third will be the left fielder, number 12, Daniel Villa. Villa, his last time up, he hit an infield single to third and then advanced to second on a throwing error by the third baseman. But ultimately, he would be stranded there at second. Pitch. And he sends this one out to left. That's going to bring in a run. Silverman trots home easily, and Villa has the RBI single. Brookline now on the board. They trail Belmont 3-1. Now at the plate, the shortstop, number 6, Jack Martell. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. They thought about throwing down to first but decided against it. Martel, his last time up, struck out swinging, got fooled by a good changeup from Femister. The 1-0 pitch. That one misses low, and that'll be ball 2. One out. Villa leads off from first. Pitch. He slices this one foul down the first base side, and that'll be strike 1. Two and 1 the count. Femister winds and fires. It skips past the catcher. Villa was taking off anyway, and so Villa gets down to second and into scoring position, in part thanks to the wild pitch, but technically he was already taking off, so he stole second. 3 and 1 the count to Martel. Pitch, and he sends one into right. That's going to go for a base hit, and they're going to send Villa around. No, they're not. He's going to slip and go back, but Martel is going to advance to second on the throw. Good decision to hold up. Manager John Busey was initially signaling to send Villa around. But now runners on second and third with 1 out. And up comes the third baseman, number 9, Sam Polegreen. Polegreen, his last time up, he grounded out to second to end the first inning. That pitch catches the zone there. I think the count is 0-2. 1 out, runners at second and third. Pitch. He sends this one over to the shortstop. Well fielded. They're going to throw for home, go for the tag. They say he slid around. They missed the tag. A fielder's choice where everyone reaches safely. Brookline cuts the lead down to 1. And now coming to the plate is the second baseman, number 16, Jake Levin. Levin led off the second inning with a ground out to short, and he takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Brookline has now cut Belmont's lead down to 3-2, and the tying run, Jack Martell, stands at third base. That pitch hits the low corner for strike 1 to Levin. 1 and 1 the count to Levin. Ah, shit. Shoot. Okay. Sorry, some brief audio problems there. Polegreen's taking off on this pitch, comes in low. They're going to throw down to second. They cut it off, and Polegreen gets down to second safely. Martel holds at third. So again, runners at second and third with still just 1 out. This pitch comes in high and inside for, I believe, ball 3. So I believe 3 and 1 is now the count to Levin. The pitch from Femister. He hits this one, fielded by the first baseman. They decide to throw for home, and they again don't get him in time. What? I'm not sure what that was. Another fielder's choice where the runner scores. And nobody's out. And so Polegreen down to third, and Brookline has tied the game. Now up the extra hitter, number 15, Nathan Toretsky. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. I'm not even sure how to score the last 2 plays. I mean, they both should have been groundouts where the hitter was thrown out, but both times Belmont tried to be aggressive and throw for home, and both times they failed. This pitch, Levin takes off, throw down to second. They're going to actually try and catch him, and they say they didn't catch him. So Brookline again has second and third with 1 out, and there's now going to be a meeting at the mound. I mean, seriously, these last 2 plays, what do you score, an error? Like, there wasn't any point where someone made a wild throw or missed it, or like juggled a catch or anything. As this pitch comes in high to Toretsky, if I'm not mistaken, that's ball 3. The 3-0 pitch. I guess that was a 2-1 pitch, my mistake. 3-1 the count, I believe, now to Toretsky. Pitch. He slices this one foul, and that's going to fill the count at 3-2. Sam Polegreen stands at third base. Jake Levin at second. 1 out here in the bottom of the third of what is now a tie ball game at 3 apiece. Pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 3. 2 down now, and coming to the plate will be the catcher, number 17, Avery Melton. First pitch, I believe, is in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Melton. That one comes in low for ball 1. Melton, his last time up, drew a walk. It was back-to-back walks, him and Toretsky. They got to second and third, but were ultimately stranded. This pitch comes in high for ball 2. Second and third, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third of a tie ball game. The 2-1 pitch. That one catches the zone. That'll be strike 2. 2-2 the count, if I'm not mistaken here. Pitch. He manages to get a piece of it and stay alive. 2-2 the count remains as Melton battling here. The go-ahead run stands at third base. 2-2 pitch. I'm not sure if that was ball 4 or if it hit him. I think that was just ball 4. I think I've just miscounted. And so that will load the bases now for the pitcher, Donnell O'Neill. He slices the first pitch high and over the backstop for strike 1. O'Neill, his last time up, laid down a sacrifice bunt. That sent Toretsky to third and Melton to second. But no sac bunts here as he takes the pitch high for ball 1. Bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Score is Brookline 3, Belmont 3. Pitch. That one comes in high for ball 2. Remember, a walk brings in the go-ahead run. A hit brings in the go-ahead run. Anything but an out will give Brookline the lead. And remember, they came into this inning trailing 3-0. The pitch. That one skips in low. Gets by the catcher but hits the umpire. Right in the thigh, it looks like. That'll be ball 3. But the pitch doesn't skip far enough away for Polegreen to come in from third. I think the ump may have just inadvertently saved a run there for Belmont. And of course, we certainly hope he's okay. That looked like it stung a little bit, but he seems to be all right. Three and one, the count to O'Neill. Pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll be strike two. We literally have full count, 2 outs, and bases loaded in a tie ball game. I love baseball. Femister delivers, drops in low, and that's going to be ball 4. Too much curve on that one, and Polegreen scores. Levin to third, Melton to second, and Brookline into the lead at 4-3. What a wild inning this has been, as it looks like they're going to pull Femister off the mound after 2 2/3 innings of work. Looks like the new pitcher is going to be number 9, Henry Malanson. He was pulled off of first base for this inning so that he could warm up. And so he'll come to the mound with the bases still loaded and 2 outs and his team trailing 4-3. And he'll be facing Brookline's number 10 hitter, number 71, Declan Tracy. Tracy, his last time up, he struck out swinging to end the bottom of the second inning and strand runners at second and third. He'll be hoping not to leave runners stranded again in this at-bat. Summing up how this has gone, Andrew Silverman led off this weird inning with a weird hit. It was a hard liner down the third base line that took a weird hop on the third baseman that allowed him to go down to second base for what was effectively a double. At least that's how I scored it. Eli Rothman grounded out to second for the first out, but Silverman advanced to third. Daniel Villa sent a single out to left that brought in Silverman, making the score 3-1. Brookline finally on the scoreboard. Villa stole second during Jack Martell's at-bat, and then Martel hit a single to right. Villa was held at third, and Martel advanced to second on the throw. The madness started from there, but for right now, we've got an at-bat to go. First pitch to Tracy. That one misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Pitch misses outside for ball 2. Two and 0 to Tracy. Malanson delivers. It's high for ball 3. This is a tough situation, deceptively tough. Tracy might be at the bottom of the order, but the scary thing about him as a hitter is he doesn't have a big strike zone. And when you're a relief pitcher trying to find your control, find your groove after just coming in, that's a tough kind of batter to face. The 3-0 from Malanson. It's high, and that's a 4-pitch walk. That's going to bring in a run. Levin trots home with run number 5 for Brookline. Melton down to third. O'Neill to second. Brookline now leads 5-3. Brookline has officially batted around this inning as we return to the top of the order with the center fielder, number 0, Andrew Silverman. Silverman led off this inning, and he led it off, like I said, with that weird double down the left field line. He now comes up with a very different situation. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pitch from Malanson comes in high for ball 1. One and 0, the count to Silverman. Pitch. That one catches the zone for strike 1. First strike thrown by Malanson through his first 6 pitches. 1 and 1, now the count to Silverman. 1-1, and he gets all of this one. It's sent out to deep left. Left fielder's chasing it, and he's got it. Good contact there by Silverman, but just to the wrong spot. So the fly out to left ends the inning, but not before a wild comeback effort by Brookline. And as I said, just as we sum up this inning again, Andrew Silverman led off with a hard liner down the third baseline that skipped past the third baseman for a double. Eli Rothman grounded out to second to advance Silverman to third. Daniel Villa hit a single to left that scored Silverman and put Brookline on the board 3-1. Jack Martell came up. Villa stole second, and then Martell hit a single to right. Villa thought about coming around, but ultimately held at third, and Martell advanced to second on the throw home. Then things got crazy. Sam Polegreen hit a grounder to the shortstop, and they decided to try and throw out Villa at home, but he slid around the tag to score Brookline's second run, and so everyone reached safely. Polegreen at first, Martell at third, and Villa at home cut the score to 3-2. Jake Levin was up next, and Polegreen stole second during his at-bat. And then he hit a grounder to first, and again, it seemed like the first baseman was just going to go for the force out at first, but then decided to, halfway on his trot down to first, he decided to try and throw for home. And so the throw wasn't in time, and Martell scored. Polegreen went to third, and Levin went to first, and the game was tied at 3. Levin stole second to again put runners at second and third. Nathan Toretsky struck out swinging, but then 3 straight walks. Melton loaded the bases, O'Neill walked home Polegreen, and Tracy walked home Levin to make it 5-3 before Silverman's fly out to left ended the inning. And as it is, here in the top of the 4th, we have a new pitcher for Brookline. This is number 15, Nathan Toretsky. He takes over for Donnell O'Neill. First pitch is fouled to the backstop. That'll be strike 1 to Seamus Jones. Jones, of course, he had the big 2-run double back in the first inning. That was the first scoring play of the day, as this one comes in low and away for ball 1. So Jones here in a very different situation. No runners on as he leads off the inning, and his team is now behind. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Might have got a piece of it, but either way, that's strike 2. So Toretsky hitting the zone well to start off his relief outing, which is always what you like to see when a reliever comes in, especially at this level. Gets a grounder down to third. It's being chased, and that's going to be an infield single. It was kind of juggled by Martel, but just that placement and the low speed of the grass here at Warren, I'm going to score that an infield single for Seamus Jones. Up now is number 5, Theo Martin. Toretsky throws. It's a hard grounder this time over to third, and Polegreen juggles it. Everyone reaches safely, and that one I will score as an error. First and second now with nobody out. And coming to the plate is number 19, Jerry Zhu. He sends the first pitch through the left gap into left field. Thrown back into the infield, and everyone holds, but the bases are now loaded. So bases loaded with nobody out, as very quickly Belmont getting to work with Kenzinger coming to the plate. Clark Kenzinger. Pitch, and he hits one off his own foot and foul. At least it looked like it went off his foot. Hard to tell. Took a weird bounce, but either way, it's in foul territory. Kenzinger, his last time up, led off the second inning with a ground out to the shortstop. He's now up with the bases loaded and no outs, and his team trailing 2. The 0-1 misses outside for ball 1. It's been a rough start for Nathan Toretsky. It's not like he's been missing the zone or making any big mistakes, just some well-placed hits and one fielding error. The 1-1 comes inside. That'll be 2-1. Two and one the count. The pitch. And a hard grounder up the middle. Fielded at second. Thrown to second. They missed! Oh, a simple toss to second, and they missed completely, and Belmont scores on that one. So Jones scores. Belmont cuts the Brookline lead to 5-4. And now coming to the plate should be number 3, Sean Benson. Bases still loaded, still nobody out, 5-4 the score. This pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. The 0-1 to Benson. Again, he fools him, and that's going to be strike 2. Oh, 0-2 the count. Pitch, and he fouls it off his foot, and Benson stays alive. Bases loaded, nobody out. Brookline clinging to a narrow 1-run lead now. Toretsky the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that's a big first out. Now coming to the plate is number 33, Kaz Ban. Pitch. Catches the inside corner for strike 1. Toretsky trying to pitch his way out of a jam. As this one comes in high for ball 1. As a jam, that's not really his fault. There have been 2 costly errors by the Brookline infielders this inning. 1-1 the count to Ban, as this one comes high and inside for ball 2. The 2-1 count, swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 2. Fooled him with a low dipping curve on that one. And now 2-2 is the count. The 2-2 pitch. Just a bit outside, and that's going to be ball 3. Full count. A ball brings the tying run home. A strike would be the second out of the inning. This is going to be a huge pitch here. The payoff pitch comes in high, and that's going to be ball 4. Kaz Ban walks. Theo Martin scores the tying run. Zoo down to third. And Kenzinger to second. And we have a tie ball game at 5 apiece. We cycle back to the top of the order with the number 22, Ryan Halloran. First pitch to Halloran is high for ball 1. 1-0. Gets contact, a grounder over to third. They throw for home. And well caught at home by Melton for the fielder's choice. So now due up is the catcher, number 16, Sean Noon. Bases are still loaded, but now 2 down in a tie ball game. Pitch. He gets good contact, sends it out to right. It's being chased by Tracy. And it's just a scotch foul. That was very, very close to breaking the game wide open. I mean, inches too far to the right. Oh, and 1 will be the count to Noon. This pitch comes in outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count as Belmont trying to respond to Brookline's comeback with a comeback of their own. The 1-1, he slices this one foul over the backstop. That'll be strike 2. One and 2, the count to Noon. Pitch from Toretsky. Misses outside. That'll be ball 2. Now the 2-2 comes in high for ball 3. So again, we've got a high-pressure, full-count situation. A ball brings in the go-ahead run. A strike ends the inning. Payoff pitch, and it's sliced foul. Of course, with the full count and 2 outs, the runners are all going on the pitch. So if this one is hit into the field and drops, it should very easily score 2 if it goes into the outfield for a base hit. Might even score all 3. Very dangerous situation. Another payoff pitch, and he skies this one out to right center. Silverman on his horse. He's got it! Great catch by Andrew Silverman. Just preserved the tie. So the defensive lapses result in a couple runs, but then some nice defensive plays ultimately close it out. In that top of the 4th inning, we started with an infield single by Seamus Jones, a grounder very well placed to the shorts, to the gap between short and third, but still on the infield grass for an infield single. Theo Martin came up, hit a hard grounder to third, and Polegreen couldn't quite collect it, couldn't quite bring it back up for the throw, and so Martin reached on the E5. Jerry Zhu followed up with a single through the left gap to load the bases, and then Clark Kenzinger grounded into what should have been a fielder's choice, at least at second, possibly a double play, but the throw was missed. The throw from Martel to Levin at second was missed, and so everyone reached safely on the E6, and Jones came in to score to make it 5-4. After Benson struck out swinging, Kaz Ban drew a walk to bring in the tying run. Then Ryan Halloran hit a grounder to third, and Polegreen made a smart play to throw home, and Avery Melton made a nice sort of stretch catch at home in all of his catcher's gear while still keeping his foot on the plate to prevent the go-ahead run. And then on a big smack out to deep left center, Andrew Silverman got on his horse and made a spectacular catch to preserve the tie. 5-5 the score as we go into the bottom of the fourth. And it'll be the 2-3-4 hitters for Brookline, Rothman, Villa, and Martel, coming up to face Henry Malanson in his second inning of relief work. Rothman 1 for 2 so far today. He's got a single to center and a ground out to second so far. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. The 1-0 misses just a bit inside for ball 2. Two and 0 the count. The pitch that comes in high for ball 3. Malanson had a little bit of trouble with control at times last inning. As the first batter he faced, he gave up a bases-loaded walk, and now he's got a 3-0 count to Rothman. The pitch comes in high again, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Eli Rothman. So Brookline starts with a free base runner. Now coming to the plate is the left fielder, number 12, Daniel Villa. Villa, his last time up, got an RBI single to left that drove in Silverman for Brookline's first run of the day. First pitch comes in low for ball 1. Villa, of course, his first time up, got an infield single and advanced to second on an error. So he's 2 for 2 coming into this at-bat. The 1-0 pitch. Oh, they tricked Rothman. They caught him in between first and second. The throw down to second, and he's not going to make it. Good trick there by Henry Malanson on the pickoff. And so they go from runner on first with no outs to nobody on with 1 out. That's a big switch of situation there. And again, Malanson just fooled him on the pickoff move. There appears to be some action in the Brookline pen as they work to fix the second base bag after that play down at second. It appears that number 0, Andrew Silverman, is warming up to potentially come in relief of Nathan Toretsky. In the meantime, it is still a 1-0 count to Daniel Villa, but now with 1 out and the bases empty. Pitch inside, or actually I think he might have signaled strike there, so that's a 1-1 count. Malanson delivers. That one comes in high. So 2-1 the count. Now the pitch comes in low. That'll be ball 3. 3-1 the count to Villa. The 3-1 pitch. And he skies this one out to left. Left fielder is tracking it, and he's got another catch. Brookline has hit a few blasts out that way, but they've all just been very easily within the left fielder's zone. Some good air, some good contact, but they got to place it better. 2 outs now. as the shortstop, number 6, Jack Martell, comes to the plate. That one catches the zone for strike one. Martell, his last time up, hit a single to right. He later came in to score. Pitch here, and he golfs this one into shallow right. It's being chased, and that's going to drop in fair territory. My goodness. I was so confused by that play that I can't speak. I mean, I don't know how much better you could have placed a pop-up like that. As Martell gets his second straight hit and puts a runner at first for the third baseman, number 9, Sam Polegreen. Pitch skips in the dirt. That'll be ball one. They thought about throwing down to first, but decided against it. Polegreen, his last time up, grounded out into a weird RBI fielder's choice where everyone reached safely. And they throw back to first, and Martell dives back safely. So Polegreen 0 for 2 today with a pair of grounders, looking for his first clean hit. Martell takes off on this pitch. It comes in low for a ball, and Martell gets to second uncontested. So the go-ahead run now in scoring position with 2 outs and a 2-0 count to Polegreen. The 2-0 pitch comes in high for ball 3. 3-0 now the count. And a walk could once again render the steal as a moot point. 3-0 the count to Polegreen. Turns around and steps off the rubber to keep Martell honest over at second base. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. We are all tied at 5. The 3-0 pitch to Polegreen comes in low, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk. Now coming up is the second baseman, number 16, Jake Levin. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Pitch from Malanson. Catches the inside corner, strike one. Levin, his last time up, also grounded into a weird fielder's choice where everyone reached safely. Pitch. That one skips away. That's going to be a wild pitch, and everyone will advance. Martell down to third, Polegreen to second. One and one, now the count to Levin. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. Pitch. Catches the inside corner again. That'll be strike 2. 1 and 2, the count to Levin. Malanson hoping to get out of this inning unscathed. Levin hoping to put his team in the lead. The 1-2. Dips low for ball 2. Malanson tried to fool him with a curve there, but Levin did not chase. 2-2 the count. Malanson delivers. That one's strike 3. Levin goes down looking and strands runners at second and third. That's just like the magic jinx position for Brookline. In 3 of their 4 innings thus far, they have stranded runners exactly at second and third. The only other inning, of course, being the 3rd inning where they managed to put 5 runs on the board, but still ended up leaving the bases loaded at the end of the inning. We are through 4 here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. It looks like Andrew Silverman will come in to replace Nathan Toretsky on the mound for Brookline. But in the meantime, I'm going to take a short mute break and be back with the 5th inning. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It is now the top of the 5th inning here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and we've still got a tie ball game here in this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under contest. Brookline and Belmont with 5 runs apiece. First pitch from new Brookline pitcher Andrew Silverman in the zone for a strike to Caden Femister. Next pitch is fouled off the backstop for strike 2. So Silverman takes over for Nathan Toretsky on the mound. And for defensive substitutions, Villa takes over for Silverman in center. Levin takes over for Villa in left. And this one is smacked into center for a single. So Femister leads off with a hit. And now the relief pitcher, number 9, Henry Malanson, comes to the plate. Pitch is fouled to the backstop. That'll be strike 1. So like I said, the defensive substitutions for Brookline, Daniel Villa takes over for Silverman in center field. Jake Levin takes Villa's original spot in left field. And Donnell O'Neill moves to second base to take over for Levin. The 0-1 dips in low for ball 1. Avery Melton kind of lost track of it, but Femister not able to take advantage. It'll be a harmless ball 1. Silverman, the 3rd Brookline pitcher today. O'Neill was the starter. He went 3 innings. Toretsky took over in the 4th. And now a throwback to first. Almost gets away, but not far enough. It's funny, it actually kind of bounced off of Femister's hand, it looked like. So Femister might have just taken away a free base from himself. The 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss from Malanson. That'll be strike 2. Malanson, his last time up, struck out looking in the top of the 3rd. I believe he drew a walk in his first at-bat. Pitch, and it hits him! Oh, it looks like it got him in the elbow. Oh, that's got to sting. I certainly hope he's okay. I couldn't tell if he was trying to dive out of the way or if he just, like, fell to the ground because of the pain. I mean, the elbow is a sensitive part of the body. That's going to hurt. That's why pros tend to wear those elbow guards, because if you get hit with, like, an MLB speed pitch on your elbow, it doesn't matter how much muscle training you do. That bone is going to shatter unless you've got proper protection. Now up at the plate is number 2, Damon Reyes. Runners at first and second, and they throw back to second. It flies into center field, but well backed up by Villa, and not enough time for Femister to take off. Femister, the potential go-ahead run, stands at second. Malanson at first. No outs here in the top of the 5th. Pitch, he shows bunt but pulls back, and that's going to come in low for ball 1. The runners were ready to take off on the potential sac bunt there. Silverman turns around, throws back to second. They got him! A late signal by the ump, but they picked off Femister at second. Now the 1-0 is fouled over the backstop and towards the tennis courts. That was a lightning fast throw from Silverman and a nice catch and tag by Martel. 1-1 the count to Malanson. Pitch sails over the catcher's head, and that wild pitch is going to allow Malanson to advance. Yes, Malanson. So the go-ahead run back in scoring position. After that wild pitch, count is 2-1 to Reyes. 2-1 pitch. Misses just low for ball 3. Malanson leads off from second. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Count is 3-1 to Damon Reyes. Silverman checks the runner and delivers. Fouled to the backstop again. Count is now full. Silverman checks the runner. Now the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 3. He couldn't check, either he couldn't check his swing or it was in the strike zone anyway. Either way, that is a big second out. Now at the plate is number 21, Seamus Jones. Pitch. Swung on, might have got a piece of it, but either way, that's strike 1. Jones, of course, had the big 2-out double to right center that drove in 2 runs back in the top of the 1st. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Quick hole at 0-2. His second at bat, he got an infield single to the shortstop and later scored. So he's had a big day of offense as they go for another pickoff at second. No dice this time as Malanson gets it back safely. 0-2 is the count to Jones. Pitch. Gets contact. Over to second. Fielded by O'Neill. Thrown to first. And that'll be out number 3. We are through 4.5 here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. The score, Brookline 5, Belmont 5. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, happy to bring you live coverage of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under baseball contest. If you like the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to stay up to date with the channel, be sure to subscribe. Feel free to leave any comments in the live chat as this broadcast goes on. You know, I had some concerns about my audio quality early on, so if people ever in this game or any future games notice if there are any technical issues, feel free to let me know in the live chat. I welcome any and all feedback. You know, also feel free to let me know if there's anything you wish I did differently about my broadcasts. Like I said, I welcome all viewer feedback. Of course, if you want to make any special requests, maybe a special game you want covered, maybe a highlight video you want me to put together, you can email me for those requests. My email address is in the description of this video, as are links to my social media feeds if you want to stay up to date in ways other than just subscribing to the channel. Links to my Facebook and Instagram accounts are in the description as well. And I am doing this as a freelancer for per game pay. And so if you are one of the people paying and you want to know the payment information, links to my PayPal and Venmo accounts are in the description. Or if you're just feeling especially generous and you want to make a donation, I'm certainly not going to say no. But in the meantime, we've got some more baseball to play. The bottom of the fifth is coming up. And for Brookline, it's going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, namely Toretsky, Melton, and O'Neill. We've got another exciting close contest here today, but pretty much the polar opposite of what we got yesterday. That game against East Boston was a defensive dead heat. I mean, 3 total runs scored over 9 innings of baseball. And Belmont matched that in the top of the first inning with their 3 runs, and since then 7 more runs have been scored between the two teams. Now leading off the bottom of the fifth for Brookline, number 15, Nathan Toretsky. He fouls the first pitch to the backstop. That'll be strike 1. Toretsky struck out swinging in the bottom of the third. In the bottom of the third, his last time up. Now the 0-1 pitch. Catches the zone for a quick strike 2. Toretsky walked in his first at-bat in the second inning, so he is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout thus far. The 0-2 pitch from Henry Malanson, inside for ball 1, and that's actually not Toretsky. That's my mistake. That is actually number 13, Conrad Wickman, now hitting for Toretsky. So it's a 1-2 count to Wickman. That pitch comes in low for ball 2. Wickman was also a pinch hitter yesterday, and he drew a walk in his only plate appearance. The 2-2 pitch. That looks like it bounced off his bat, and so that's going to count as a foul ball. When the pitch is so high and inside, it still counts as a strike technically. So the count remains 2-2 to Wickman. Pitch. And he golfs this one into shallow right. Right fielder's coming in. He's not going to get it. Another single to shallow right for the Brookline offense. Again, just these very well-placed pop-ups into no man's land by the Brookline hitters. Now coming to the plate is the catcher, number 17, Avery Melton. Wickman leads off from first, and they throw back to the bag. Of course, Melton, his last time up, he drew a walk and was moved all the way around to third before getting stranded there. Another throw back to first, and Wickman again is back safely. Melton has actually walked in both of his at-bats. So he's 0 for 0 with a pair of walks, but has yet to score today. Malanson, first pitch is high for ball 1. Henry Malanson had pitched 1 1/3 innings before coming into this one. Wickman's taking off on this pitch, pulls back the bunt, and it gets away from the catcher. Wickman down to second easily. It's funny, if he hadn't slid, if he wasn't so dead set on arriving safely, he might have been able to get down to third. 2-0 count. The potential go-ahead run is now on second base. 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. That'll be strike one to Melton. The 2-1 pitch. That comes low and inside for ball 3. Melton might be well on his way to his 3rd consecutive walk. Wind up and the 3-1 pitch. Catches the inside corner for strike 2. The payoff pitch. And he sends this one into shallow left. That's going to drop for a base hit. Another hit to the shallow part of the outfield. And my mistake, this is another pinch hitter. That wasn't Avery Melton. That was Nathan Kessler. So the single to shallow left allows Wickman to advance to 3rd. And now coming to the plate, unless we've got another pinch hitter, this should be number 3, Donnell O'Neill. It looks like it is. Runners at the corners, and Malanson steps off the rubber. He knows that a runners on the corner situation, it just increases the likelihood of a steal. So 1st and 3rd with nobody out. Pitch. Misses outside for ball 1. The catcher threatens to throw back to 3rd, but does not throw. Tie ball game at 5 apiece here in the bottom of the 5th. Runners on the corners and nobody out for Brookline. The pitch, Kessler takes off. Pitch comes in high for ball 2, and there's no throw. Kessler safely down to 2nd. Two and 0, the count to O'Neill. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. The pitch. Inside for ball 3, a quick 3-0 count. And again, another walk could make yet another steal into a moot point. I know I feel like I've been saying that a lot today, but, you know, Brookline's been very aggressive on the base paths and also very patient at the plate, so it just happens a lot. The 3-0 pitch. Inside ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Donnell O'Neill. And now at the plate, with the bases loaded and nobody out, will be the right fielder, number 71, Declan Tracy. Wickman at 3rd, Kessler at 2nd, O'Neill at 1st. Malanson with the pitch. That hit him! That hit Tracy, and Wickman comes in with the go-ahead run. Brookline takes the lead 6-5. Looks like it might have bounced uncomfortably off the catcher, Sean Noon. But Tracy taking one for the team right there. And that's his 2nd straight RBI pass. He had a bases-loaded walk in his last plate appearance in the 3rd inning, and now he gets a bases-loaded hit by pitch to bring in another run. He's got 2 RBIs without putting a ball in the field to play. Baseball is wild, man. So we got a meeting at the mound now. It's a tough situation that Belmont is in. The bases are loaded. There are still no outs. They've now just given the lead to their opponents, and the top of the order is coming up. This is exactly where you don't want to be. But it looks like they're going to stick with Malanson. As we cycle back to the top of the order, we now have Brookline's current pitcher, starting center fielder, but now a relief pitcher, number 0, Andrew Silverman. Pitch. Catches the zone for strike 1. Silverman, his last time up, he had a... Okay, and we're back. Only missed about 1 pitch. And that was a ball that scooted away from the catcher, but nobody went on it. And so it's a 2-1 count to Silverman. Silverman is 1 for 3 so far, with a double, a run scored, and 2 flyouts to deep left. The 2-1 pitch from Malanson, big swing and miss. That'll be strike 2. Count now 2-2. Malanson the pitch. That comes in low for ball 3. Full count now to Silverman. He's got Conrad Wickman at third, Nady Kessler at second. Or no, Nady Kessler at third, Donnell O'Neill at second, and Declan Tracy at first. Nobody out. Brookline leads 6-5. The payoff pitch comes in high, and that's going to be ball 4. Kessler comes in to score, and Brookline takes the 7-5 lead. Looks like we're going to have a change at the mound now, and it looks like it's going to be number 19, Jerry Zhu, taking over for Henry Malanson. So as the defense shifts around, looks like they're going to send Kaz Ban and Seamus Jones to the outfield. And it looks like they're going to bring in Sean Benson from the outfield into the infield. They've made a lot of defensive shifts centered around their pitching changes, and they are now on their third pitcher of the day in Jerry Zhu. Malanson not able to get an out this inning, and he gave up 2 runs as Brookline goes up 7-5. So he would be on the hook for the loss if things don't change, but we've had a couple of lead changes. A couple of ties and lead changes so far today. As it stands, the bases will be loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. And Zhu will start off facing the number 2 hitter in Brookline's roster, Eli Rothman. Rothman, his last time up, drew a walk, but was caught between first and second by Malanson on a nice pickoff throw. And so he was ultimately thrown out at second base. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Now this pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. So Rothman has gotten on base twice today, but has not scored either time. The 0-1 comes in high for ball 1. Rothman now has a prime opportunity for an RBI with the bases loaded and nobody out. The 1-1 misses just inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Pitch. He slices this one foul to the backstop. That'll be strike 2. Two pitch from Zoo. Gets contact, sends it past the shortstop. This will bring in at least one. Now Tracy's being sent around third. The throw to the plate. This is going to be close. And they throw him out. 1 run comes in, and the runners advance to second and third on the throw. But that will be the first out. A single through the left gap by Rothman. O'Neill scores. Tracy is thrown out at home. Silverman down to third. And Rothman to second. Brookline now leads 8-5. Now at the plate is Daniel Villa, and he smacks the first pitch. It's off the glove of the shortstop, and everybody's going to reach safely, and a run's going to come in. 9-5 now the score, as Villa reaches on an E6, and Silverman scores, and Rothman goes down to third. Now at the plate is Jack Martell. Pitch, and he fouls it to the backstop. That'll be strike 1. So a wild inning for Brookline so far. They quickly loaded the bases, and then a hit by pitch by Declan Tracy and a walk by Andrew Silverman brought in a pair of runs. Rothman hit a single through the left gap that brought in 1 before a runner was thrown out at home. Villa is taking off on this pitch, and it's a hit and run, but it's skied into shallow right, and it's going to be caught this time by Kaz Ban, and the runners are all going to hold. So that'll be the second out of the inning. And with runners on the corners and 2 down, up comes the third baseman, number 9, Sam Polegreen. His last time up, he drew a walk and advanced to second on a wild pitch, but was left stranded. Villa taking off on the first pitch. That comes in. They're going to throw down to second, and they're not going to get him. So second and third as another successful steal for Brookline. Pitch. That catches the zone. I believe that is a 1-1 count. Or it might actually be 0-2. Pitch from Zoo. Good contact, but foul. A base hit could bring in 2, but an out ends the inning. Zoo with the 0-2, and it's fouled over the backstop. Polegreen still battling. Polegreen 0 for 2 so far with a walk and an RBI. Now the pitch gets contact right back to Zoo. He throws to first, and that ends the inning. We are through 5 here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. And Brookline has just retaken the lead, 9-5 now over Belmont after a 4-run 5th inning. What a wild inning that was. Nady Kessler came in, hitting for Avery Melton. And it looks like Melton is going to come back out in the catcher's position anyway, despite the pinch hitting. But either way, Kessler came in as a... No, first Conrad Wickman came in as a pinch hitter for Nathan Toretsky. And he placed a blooper into shallow right for a single. Then Kessler came on, Wickman stole second, and Kessler blooped a single out to shallow left, which advanced Wickman to third. Kessler stole second, but he didn't really have to, as Donnell O'Neill drew a walk. Then Declan Tracy came up with the bases loaded, got hit by a pitch, and brought in Wickman to give Brookline the lead 6-5. Andrew Silverman drew a walk. That made it 7-5. And then Eli Rothman hit a single through the left gap that scored O'Neill, but Declan Tracy was thrown out at home. Daniel Villa reached on an E6 that brought in Silverman and made it 9-5. And then a fly out to right and a ground out to the pitcher ended the inning. First pitch of the inning from Silverman is swung on and missed. That'll be strike one to number 5, Theo Martin. And it looks like he actually might have got a piece of it and fouled it into the face mask of the ump. The ump's taking punishment today. And like I said, we all certainly hope he's okay. You know, it's so easy for people to hate on officials for making whatever calls go against your team. But these guys, I'll tell you, they are so undervalued as this one comes in for strike two. You know, remember to thank your officials. There's a nationwide shortage that seems to be getting worse every year. As this one swung on and missed for strike three. Quick 3-pitch strikeout for Andrew Silverman to start the top of the 6th. And now up at the plate is the current relief pitcher, Jerry Zhu. First pitch, and he smacks that one out to left center. That's going to drop for extra bases. Zhu going around to second base. Throw comes back into the infield, but it's a stand-up double for Jerry Zhu. Just the second extra base hit of the day for either team. And both of them having come from Belmont. As now coming to the plate is Clark Kenzinger. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Zhu stands at second with one out here in the top of the 6th. 0-1 the count to Kenzinger. Silverman the pitch. And he slices this one. It's going to go foul down the right field line. And that's going to be a quick strike two. The 0-2 pitch, he fouls it off his own body, and that's going to remain an 0-2 count. Silverman the 0-2 again. He smacks this one out into left center, and that's going to drop again. Quickly heaved back into the infield. Well collected by Melton to prevent Kenzinger from advancing to second. But that is going to send Zhu to third. Now up is number 3, Sean Benson. First pitch to Benson, in there for strike one. Benson, his last time up, struck out swinging in the top of the 4th. As he swings and misses at this pitch for strike two. Oh and 2 now the count to Benson. Pitch, that hits him. So a hit by pitch loads the bases for Belmont as they try and get back in this game, trailing 9-5. Now coming to the plate will be number 33, Kaz Ban. We got a meeting at the mound, and this has been a rough inning for Andrew Silverman. 3 of the 4 batters he's faced thus far, he got to an 0-2 count. He struck out Martin to start things off, but then Kenzinger battled through his 0-2 count and got a single to left center. And then against Benson, Silverman just lost control and hit him with his 0-2 pitch, and now the bases are loaded. Pitch in there for strike 1. Bases loaded and 1 out. Brookline leads Belmont 9-5. The tying run is at the plate. Pitch in there for strike 2. So again, the 0-2 count for now 4 out of 5 hitters. We'll see what happens this time. The pitch comes in high for ball 1. 1-2. The pitch comes in high again for ball 2. Casban, kind of similar to Declan Tracy, the last spot in the lineup, but a tricky strike zone to deal with. The 2-2, swung on and missed, and that's strike 3. Big strikeout there for Andrew Silverman to get the second out. And now coming to the plate is number 22, Ryan Halloran. First pitch to Halloran, swung on and missed. That'll be strike 1. Halloran, his last time up, grounded into a 5-2 fielder's choice where Zoo was thrown out at home. This pitch comes in low and away for ball 1. Zoo once again standing at third with Halloran at the plate. The 1-1 comes in high for ball 2. It is Zoo at third, Kenzinger at second, and Benson at first. Bases loaded, 2 down here in the top of the 6th. The pitch swung on and missed. Might have got a piece of it, but the count is now 2-2. Silverman winds and delivers. That one misses low, I presume, and that'll be ball 3. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Belmont trails Brookline 9-5. The pitch from Silverman, and he fouls it to the backstop. This is not the first time we've had this full count, 2 outs, bases loaded situation, and so not the first time that all the runners are just going to be going on the payoff pitch. He golfs this one foul along the first base side and into the trees, and so he stays alive. Halloran battling here. Payoff pitch again, and that one comes in low, and that's going to be ball 4. A bases loaded walk for Halloran. Jerry Zoo comes in to score. Kenzinger down to third. And Benson to second as Belmont cuts the lead to 9-6. Now up is Sean Noon as he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Pitch. He gets good contact, but foul. So another quick 0-2 count. Again, all but 2 hitters have faced an 0-2 count against Silverman. 2 struck out, 1 got a hit, and 1 got a hit by pitch. The 0-2 pitch comes in high for ball 1. Silverman trying to limit the damage here in his second inning of relief work. Pitch, high again, that'll be ball 2. Looking eerily similar to the at-bat against Casban. A quick 0-2 count and then 2 high pitches, and then suddenly it's 2-2. He was able to finish that at-bat with a strikeout swinging. Can Silverman get the job done here again? The pitch, good contact there, and that's going to go up the middle. That's going to bring in at least 1. They're going to send the runner not around. And, oh, there's some confusion on the base paths, but ultimately no damage. 1 run comes in on the single up the middle by Sean Noon. Kenzinger scores, and it's now a 2-run ball game. A hit to the outfield could now potentially tie the game. First pitch. I think he said it missed just outside to Caden Femister. Pitch is fouled off the backstop. And that'll actually be strike 2. The first pitch was a strike. My mistake. Nine to 7. Brookline still leads as this one is fouled to the backstop and Femister stays alive. This pitch, he hits a high chopper over to third, fielded by Polegreen, chases down to third, and gets the force out to end the inning. Brookline manages to hold on to the lead, but Belmont cuts it in half. The score now, Brookline 9 rather, Belmont 7. We now get ready to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Quickly summing up that top of the 6th, Theo Martin led off with a swinging strikeout, but then Jerry Zhu took the first pitch he faced deep to left center for a double. Clark Kenzinger hit a single to left center that sent Zhu down to third. Sean Benson was hit by a pitch to load the bases. Kaz Ban struck out swinging for out number 2. But then Ryan Halloran managed to fight his way to a bases-loaded walk. That brought in Zhu to make it 9 to 6. And then Sean Noon hit a single up the middle to score Kenzinger, making it 9 to 7. Before Caden Femister grounded into a fielder's choice to end the inning. And meanwhile, Jerry Zhu, who got the double and scored, comes out for another inning of relief work. This will count as his 2nd inning as he came in with no outs in the bottom of the 5th. He'll be facing the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Brookline. And so leading off, I believe, unless there's any more pinch hitters, then leading off should be Jake Levin. But it looks like they're going to send the same pinch hitters they had the last time through this part of the order back out. So that'll be Conrad Wickman again hitting in Nathan Toretsky's spot. And we'll see if they're able to send out Kessler again, because I believe they kept Melton as their catcher, so I'm not quite sure. But either way, leading off will be number 16, Jake Levin. Pitch from Zhu, inside for ball 1. Levin, his last time up, struck out looking to end the bottom of the 4th. He's certainly looking for a better result here. That pitch catches the zone for strike 1. Brookline still ahead, 9 to 7 over Belmont with just 1.5 innings left, as this one's a grounder over to third, fielded easily, thrown to first, and that's going to be out number 1. So now coming up is number 13, Conrad Wickman. Wickman, his last time up, he led off the 5th inning with a single to shallow right and later came in to score. First pitch, swings behind it but manages to foul it out of play down the first base side. So 0-1, the count to Wickman. The 0-1 pitch. Good contact here, but it's right at the left fielder again. Another catch for Kenzinger. And that'll be out number 2. Clark Kenzinger has been busy out there in left field. He's had a number of fly balls come right at him, basically. Now up is the catcher, number 17, Avery Melton. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. Of course, Nady Kessler hit for Melton in his last scheduled plate appearance, but just a temporary substitution there. The 0-1 pitch comes in low for ball 1. Melton, meanwhile, still 0 for 0 with 2 walks. The 1-1 gets a piece of it, but that's still going to be strike 2. While Melton has reached base twice, he has not scored yet. He's been stranded at second and stranded at third. Fouls it to the backstop again, and he stays alive with a 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch again. He a hesitant swing, but he hits a grounder over to short, fielded and thrown, and that's an easy ground out. A 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 7th and the bottom of the 6th as we get ready to go to the top of the 7th. I don't think we've had a 1-2-3 inning all game until this one. No, we haven't. That was the first 1-2-3 inning that either team has gotten all game. We are through 6 now. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'll be taking a short mute break, and then I'll be coming back with the 7th and final inning of regulation. Stay tuned. All right. Okay. We are back. 1 second. All right. First pitch is smacked out to deep left field. Levin's chasing it, and it's all the way to the wall. This is going to be at least 2 bases. A deep stand-up double off the first pitch for number 9, Henry Malanson. An exciting start to the top of the 7th inning. That's a loud welcome back to the action here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan bringing you the 7th and possibly final inning of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under contest between Brookline and Belmont. Right now, Brookline holding on to a 9-7 lead, but the tying run now at the plate. So the first pitch to Damon Reyes, I believe, hit the zone for strike one. Now the pitch. I think actually both pitches have missed outside. So I think it's a 2-0 count now to Reyes. Pitch. He fouls this one over the backstop. That's going to be strike one. Malanson stands at second. Reyes represents the potential tying run at the plate. Pitch. That one misses low for, I believe, ball 3. Now the pitch, swung on and missed, and that's actually going to be strike 3. So I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes the ump signals confuse me a little bit. But either way, that's going to be the first out of the inning. And now up, number 21, Seamus Jones. Jones batting 2 for 3 so far today. He's got a run scored and 2 RBIs already. This first pitch comes in high and away for ball 1. Silverman checks on Malanson at second. The 1-0 pitch catches the high corner for strike 1. The 1-1 comes in low. That'll be ball 2. Two and 1, the count to Seamus Jones. A throw back to second. Malanson dives back. The throw goes into the outfield, but after having dove back to the bag, Malanson no time to get up and try and make a break for third. And in this situation, you probably don't want to risk the potential out. This pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 now, the count to Jones. Silverman the pitch. He reaches out and fouls it. Stays alive at 2-2. Belmont trying to make another comeback. We've seen several great comebacks today. It's gone from 3-0 Belmont to 5-3 Brookline to 5-all to 9-5 Brookline, now to 9-7 Brookline. 2-2 pitch again, and this one's in the dirt for ball 3. Well covered by Melton to prevent the wild pitch. But the count is now full to Jones. Payoff pitch is in the dirt, and that's going to be ball 4. Runners now at first and second. Coming to the plate is number 5, Theo Martin. Tying run is at first, and the first pitch is high for ball 1. Henry Malanson at second, Seamus Jones at first. 1-0, the count to Martin. Pitch, high again, ball 2. Martin, his last time up, struck out swinging to lead off the top of the 6th. He's hoping to do something better for his team here as they try and keep this game alive. Silverman steps off the rubber to keep the runners honest. Now the pitch. That one comes in low for ball 3. Quick 3-0 count. Melton starting to come out to talk to Silverman, but Silverman waves him off. A 3-0 count to Theo Martin. A walk puts the tying run in scoring position. Pitch. Misses just high. That's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Theo Martin. Bases now loaded with 1 out. The tying run now at second. And coming to the plate is number 19, Jerry Zhu. Now there's going to be a meeting at the mound, and it looks like they're going to pull Silverman. So who's going to come in to get these last 2 outs and close things out? It looks like they're going to go with Eli Rothman, the starting first baseman, and it looks like they'll bring in James Redding, number 7, to take Rothman's spot at first base. Eli Rothman, a pretty solid pitcher in his own right. He'll be the 4th pitcher for Brookline today. They started with Donnell O'Neill, and he pitched the first 3 innings. Nathan Toretsky came in and pitched 1 in the 4th. Andrew Silverman came in and pitched what turned out to be 2 1/3 innings, and he leaves 3 runners on the base paths for the 4th pitcher, Eli Rothman. It looks like Silverman is also going to take a spot in the infield. I think he's going to replace Donnell O'Neill at second. The outfield rotation remains the same. Jake Levin in left, Daniel Villa in center, Declan Tracy in right. It'll still be Sam Polegreen at third and Jack Martell at short. But now the entire right side of the infield has been replaced, with Andrew Silverman now at second and James Redding now at first. And now at the plate, number 19, Jerry Zhu. His last time up, he had a double to left center and later came in to score. Now with the tying run at second base and 1 out, the first pitch from Rothman skips in the dirt for ball 1. Again, well covered by Melton. You don't want wild pitches here. The 1-0, fouled to the backstop. That'll be strike 1. Brookline's lead not at all safe here. Like I said, the tying run is in scoring position with the bases loaded and 1 out as Brookline leads Belmont 9-7. The 1-1 comes in high and outside for ball 2. The 2-1. I believe that caught the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2, now the count to Zhu. Rothman the pitch. Swung on and missed, and that's a big strikeout. That was a huge second out to get there. And now the last hope for Belmont with 2 down here in the top of the 7th is number 8, Clark Kenzinger. First pitch from Rothman. In there for strike 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Belmont trails Brookline by 2 runs. 9-7 the score here in the top of the 7th inning. The 0-1 pitch. Catches the corner again, strike 2. Rothman 1 pitch away from collecting the save. The 0-2 just misses low and away. That'll be ball 1. 1-2, the count to Kenzinger. Pitch. skips in the dirt. That'll be ball 2. Henry Malanson stands at third. Seamus Jones, the potential tying run, at second. Theo Martin, the potential go-ahead run, at first. 2 down, and the count 2-2 to Kenzinger. Pitch from Rothman. He slices it foul and out of play. Come on. Okay. Well, that was a brief heart attack there. Don't worry, all you missed was a foul ball. And this pitch, he got him! Strike 3! Eli Rothman comes in and delivers back-to-back strikeouts to finish the game. And I breathe the sigh of relief that the technical difficulties didn't cause me to miss the end of the game there. So Eli Rothman collects the save, pitching the final 2/3 of an inning to collect the save there. Brookline defeats Belmont 9-7. Crazy back-and-forth contest there. Brookline improves to 7-1 on the season. Belmont falls to 2-2 with their second loss in as many days. But man, after a game like this, it's hard for anyone to lose a game like this. Great efforts on both sides, really. As I get ready to wrap this game up, once again, my name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Happy to bring you coverage of this Lou Tompkins All-Star League 17 and under baseball contest. Remember, if you like the broadcasts, you can hit the like button. You can subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all upcoming broadcasts. You can also follow me on social media. Links to my Facebook and Instagram are in the description. You can also send me special requests via my email address, also in the description. And if you're feeling generous or you want to help pay for my coverage of the games, links to my PayPal and Venmo are also in the description. But let's sum up this craziness really quick. So the top of the first inning, Belmont got 2 nice 2-out hits. A double to right center by Seamus Jones scored Caden Femister and Henry Malanson to put Belmont on the board 2-0. And then an infield single by Theo Martin drove in Damon Reyes to make it 3-0. All this in the first inning. Score stayed that way up until the bottom of the third inning when Brookline got things going. A leadoff double past the third baseman by Andrew Silverman. He later scored on a single to left by Daniel Villa to make it 3-1. Then Villa got to third courtesy of a stolen base and a single to right by Jack Martell. And Martel got to second on the throw. Then the weirdness happened as both Sam Polegreen and Jake Levin grounded into fielder's choice grounders. That resulted in everyone reaching safe and Brookline scoring 2 runs to tie the game. Polegreen grounded to the shortstop, who decided to try and throw for home. Villa made a great slide to score to get around the tag and make it 3-2. And then Levin hit a grounder to the first baseman, who started to trot to first for the unassisted out, but then decided to try and throw home, but he was too late to catch Martel, scoring the tying run. So again, everyone reached safely. A walk by Avery Melton loaded the bases, and then a bases-loaded walk by Donnell O'Neill scored Polegreen for the go-ahead run to make it 4-3, and then Declan Tracy got a bases-loaded walk to drive in Levin and make it 5-3 before the inning finally ended. Belmont got those runs right back, though, and tied the game up after loading the bases thanks to a pair of nice hits and a fielding error. A fielder's choice was what it seemed like Clark Kenzinger was grounding into, but then another fielding error, a throwing error rather, allowed Seamus Jones to score and make it 5-4. And then a bases-loaded walk by Kaz Ban scored Theo Martin to tie the game at 5 apiece. Some nice defensive plays, a 5-2 throw from Polegreen to Melton, where Melton stretched out to make the grab and keep his foot on the plate, prevented a run from being scored, and then a nice chasing catch by Andrew Silverman out in right center field ended the inning. Score stayed at 5 apiece up until the bottom of the 5th inning, when Brookline got things going again, a pair of pinch hit singles to the shallow parts of the outfield by Conrad Wickman and Nady Kessler, and then a walk by Donnell O'Neill loaded the bases with no outs. Declan Tracy got another bases-loaded RBI, this time off a hit-by pitch that brought in Wickman for the go-ahead run, and then Andrew Silverman drew a bases-loaded walk to score Kessler and make it 7-5. Eli Rothman came up next, hit a single through the left gap that scored O'Neill, although Tracy was thrown out at home. That made it 8-5, and then Daniel Villa reached on an E6 that scored Silverman in what would turn out to be Brookline's last run of the game, making it 9-5. In the top of the sixth, Belmont cut that deficit in half. They managed to get runners on first, and they managed to load the bases off a double by Zoo, a single by Kenzinger, and a hit by pitch by Benson. And then after a strikeout, Ryan Halloran drew a bases-loaded walk to bring in a run, make it 9-6. And then Sean Noon hit a single up the middle that scored Kenzinger and made it 9-7. That would end up being the last run of the ball game, as although Belmont was able to load the bases in the top of the seventh, Eli Rothman came in and delivered two big strikeouts to earn himself the save and give Brookline the win. Andrew Silverman gets the win on the mound for Brookline, and the loss on the mound goes to Henry Malanson of Belmont. So that'll do it here at Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Your final score, Brookline 9, Belmont 7. Thank you so much for watching. I plan to be back for Brookline's next game on Monday back here at Warren Field. Be sure to tune in for that. But for now, have a good weekend, everybody.